For the Avatar 2 movie, we have the second version of Sully. So let's take the figure out of packaging. Right out of packaging, this Sully Reef battle figure comes with these accessories aside from the figure stand that has the Avatar logo on it. So let's take a look at the accessories that are included with this Sully Reef battle figure. So let's start with the figure stand with the Avatar logo on it. We have the carbine. So that is the details on the carbine. We have the axe. And final accessory would be the knife. Let's do a quick 360 view of the base figure without any of the accessories attached to it. So we are ready to discuss articulation points on this action figure. Let's start with the head area. As you could see, we have a very long neck on this action figure, just rightly designed according to the Avatar character. So the articulation point or the ball point is going to be located really high on this point over here, just above the neckline. So with regards to head tilts looking up, because of the design of the braided hair, that articulation point is going to be limited. But with regards to looking down motion, it's just going to be okay, and looking left and right, quite okay, but it's going to be hindered because of this portion over here of the hair. So every time that you move the head area left and right, this thing is going to rub against the back straps of the chest rig. So moving towards the body of the action figure, so the chest rig and the knife sheath are separate pieces, so they are not molded material onto the body of the figure. So if you wish to take it out, you could do it. Just separate the figure from the diaphragm area, and you could take out the chest rig, I mean. So for the going back to the articulation point on the body of the figure, so we have a ball for the diaphragm area and a ball for the waistline. So articulation point would be really good on the body of this action figure. So circular motions for the diaphragm area, circular motions for the waist. So let's move towards the arm articulation. So for the ball of the shoulders, we have butterfly joints. So this type of motion is possible, but because of how the design, so you are greeted by that shoulder cuff, but actually it's just okay. But if you know the standard articulation points of a DC Multiverse action figure, then you're going to really notice that. Anyway, so moving towards the bicep, we have a cut on the bicep for rotation of the bicep. 2 points of articulation on the elbow, and they are pinned. So we have rotation of the hand, and we also have a hinge on the hand. So both handsets or the hands on this action figure are accessory holding hands. So moving towards the legs. So for the leg area, if you're familiar with the DC Multiverse action figure, you know that we don't have any cut on the thigh area for rotation of the thigh. So just like your standard DC Mcfarlane action figure, so that is going to be the rotation that you're going to have for the thigh. But with regards to shooting kicks forward, shooting kicks sideways, that is just okay. Actually, the briefs on this action figure is made of soft rubbery material, so it's going to give to the action articulation that you wish to put the leg on. So moving towards towards the knee, we have 2 points of articulation or bend for the knee, and they are pinned just like the elbow area. So how does the knee bend? Is it clean and anatomically right? So that is how the bend on the knee looks. So just right. With regards to the foot articulation, we have a hinge and a little bit of rocker, and we have toe articulation or hinge for the toe. So the added articulation point on this action figure, the last point, would be for the tail. So you could articulate the tail to rotate the tail as you wish, but just be careful because it is possible to detach it from the action figure, and that is the articulation point. So that is the ball which this connects to. But if you pop it off, you could easily put it back in. So that is not going to be an issue with that figure. So this is the articulation points with this action figure. So we are ready to accessorize and compare it to the biggest avatar figure that we have on board in my collection. This Jake Sully action figure stands at around 7.5 inches. So compared to your standard DC Multiverse action figure, so we have an example over here represented by Page Puncher Superman. So this is a 7-inch figure, and that is a 6-inch figure, a G.I. Joe Classified Series Sergeant Stalker. So I am happy to note that this Jake Sully action figure could sport a proper rifle shooting stance. So this is how the figure looks with the axe on the right hand and the knife on the left. So if you previously had this figure on a rifle shooting stance, of course, the pistol grip and the vertical foregrip are really thick on the carbine. So it's going to spread the fingers on these action figures, and when you try to fit the axe and the knife on the hands of the action figure, they're going to be really loose. So just press on the fingers to create a little bit of tightness, so when you put on the knife and the axe, it's going to hold this way. This action figure has 3 weapons. So we have the carbine, the knife, and the axe. But the only weapon that this action figure cannot keep on his body actually is going to be the axe. So for the knife, we have a knife sheath that is located on the chest, even if it is just half a knife sheath, and as you could see, the blade is exposed and the knife is just held in that sheath by friction. But at least we still have a knife sheath for the knife, but we don't have any weapon placement for the axe. So I just made do with some straps that excess straps that I had on board. So I just used a little bit of glue and made that storage capacity for that axe. So you could possibly, or I could possibly, now display this action figure in my stand with all of the weapons on board. So for final size comparison, we have the Avatar AMP suit with the Jake Sully Reef battle figure. So I changed the rifle from this blue rifle to this, so that rifle comes from your G.I. Joe Classified Series Sergeant Stalker, and somehow that feels and looks like the M60 belt-fed weapon that Jake Sully was using in the first Avatar movie. So just to give that vibes of the Avatar 1 movie feel, so we have that weapon on board and the AMP suit. So great scaling by Mcfarlane Toys, and with regards to execution of the figure, the color tone, The paint job, perfect, 100%. We don't have any splashes on any of the painted material on this action figure, especially on the face of this action figure. It is perfectly done. So if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel. And see you on the next action figure review.